Students, welcome all of you in online lecture series of microprocessor and microcontroller subject, in which today we are going to discuss the remaining architectural part of microcontroller 8051. So my name is Pooja Subhashrao Deshmukh from International Center of Excellence in Engineering and Management College, Aurangabad. Today is our 20th lecture on this subject. So we will see. In last lecture we have studied the basic things which is related to microcontroller 8051, that is what is the history of microcontroller, then what is the evolution of microcontroller, then the basic differences between microprocessor and microcontroller with different parameters, and some architectural blocks also with a block diagram, that is what is CPU and what is the function of CPU, then what are the interrupts, what is memory, then what is bus, in which is divided into two types, that is address bus and data bus. So what was that? Then oscillator, why we use oscillator in our circuit, then what are the timers and counters. So these topics we have already studied in last lecture, but the remaining part of the architecture which we have to study in this lecture, that is what are the types of interrupts in 8051 microcontroller, then what is memory requirement or what are the types of memory used, then timer and control unit, then registers, what are the registers we have to use in our circuit, then data types, what are the data types, register banks, then stack, what is stack, organization of memory, then what are the addressing modes, what are the features, and what are the applications of 8051. So these topics we will cover in this lecture. Now we will see one by one. First of all, what are the types of interrupts? In that interrupts are divided into 5 types, that is TF0, TF1, INT0, INT1, RI and TI. TF0 means what? Timer 0, which is overflow interrupt. Then timer 1, also overflow interrupt. Then INT0 means what? External hardware interrupt 0, and INT1 means what? External hardware interrupt 1. Then RI and TI is a serial communication interrupts that we have to use in our circuit. Then next one is memory. What is the memory requirement for our circuit? That is the memories of microcontroller architecture includes 2 types, that is program memory and data memory. So the instructions of the CPU which is stored in the program memory, it is usually implemented as a ROM or read only memory, but whereas program written into it, it will be retained even when the power is down or the system is reset. The next one is data memory. Data memory in microcontroller is responsible for the storing values, variables, then temporary data, intermediate results, and other data for the proper operation of the program. This is the use of memory. The next unit is timer and control unit. In this unit, the main function of a timer is to make a delay. Suppose we have to give a delay of 3000 milliseconds, then we perform this operation by using this unit. So the delay, otherwise the time gap among the 2 events. Then the microcontroller includes 2 timers, where each timer is 16 bits, means 16 plus 16, 32 bits of 2 timers, and the system can generate 2 delays concurrently to produce a suitable delay. Generally, every microcontroller uses hardware delays, where a physical device can be used through the processor to generate the particular delay which is called as timer, and we can say that this is the definition of timer. Also, the delay can be generated through the timer based on the requirement of the processor and transmit the signal to the processor whenever the particular delay gets generated. Or by using this processor, we can also produce a delay which is based on the requirement of system. However, this will guide to remain the processor active all the time, because it will not perform any task or any other task in that specific period. That's why we can use this. So as a result, existence of a timer within the microcontroller permits the processor to be free for performing other operations. Also, the microcontroller include program counter, data pointer, stack pointer, instruction registers including latches, then temporary registers and buffers for the input and output ports. So this is all about timer and control unit. Then next we will see registers. What is mean by register, or what are the registers we have used in our circuit? So the registers in microcontroller circuit are mainly used to store the data and short term instructions, which are mainly used for the process addresses to fetch data. Also, this controller include 8-bit registers which having 8-bit start from the D0 to D7, and here D0 to D7 is a LSB. LSB means what? Least significant bit, and D7 is the most significant bit, that is MSB. So to make the data process better than the 8-bit data, it must be separated into 8 different bit parts, means every part is differentiated. So it includes several registers, however general purpose registers, and are frequently available for the programmers, and they are classified into two types, like general purpose registers and special purpose registers. So the most of the general purpose registers, like accumulator is used to execute a arithmetic and logical instructions. Also registers like B, R0 to R7, these registers are used for the storing instruction, addresses and data. The next one is data pointers, or we can say the DPTR. This is used for the this is used to allow and process data in a dissimilar addressing modes. Or this register includes DPH, that is high byte, and DPL means low byte, which is mainly used to hold 16-bit address. Or we can say that these bits are used for storing 16-bit addresses. So it can be used as a base register within not direct jumps or lookup tables instructions and external data transfer. So the program counter or PC is a 16-bit register which is used to store the next instructions address to be performed. Or these registers which are 8 bits other than the program counter and data pointer registers. We will see what are the registers, but we have to know that what are the data types also. So the next point is our data types. So the microcontroller, which include simply 1 bit data type, or whereas the size of the register, that is 8 bit. If the data is better than 8 bit, so the programmer accountable to separate the data into 8-bit parts before processing. So for an assembler, the most of the widely used data directives is the DB directive, or we can say that data directive in the form of DB directive for the assembly language programming. The next one is PSW register. What is PSW register? PSW, as the name suggests, PSW means program status word, or this is one kind of register also in our microcontroller circuit. So it is also called as a flag register, or this is used to demonstrate the position of arithmetic logic instructions such as 0 carry bit, carry bit, etc. Then PSW or flag register having 8 flags or 8-bit register where 6 bits are used, and this register includes 8 flags. PSW register having 8-bit registers and 6 bits are we will take in use, and having 8 flags also. So the flags are known as conditional flags. These flags are also known as, or we can call as, conditional flags, and these flags will perform instruction simply if the condition is satisfied, otherwise not. So these conditional flags are overflow, parity, auxiliary carry and carry flag. Then program status word registers. Bit numbers like 3 and 4 are used to alter the bank registers, where 1 and 5 are not used, but they can be used by the programmer for executing a specific task in our PSW register flag. So this is all about PSW register flag. The next one is register banks. In our microcontroller there are register banks also, like the register bank is nothing but a combination of 2 registers. So for stacks and register banks, RAM with 32 byte is used, and these are separated in 4 types of banks. So every bank include 8 registers which range from R0 to R7, and here R0 and R7 which denotes the locations of RAM, like 0 location and 7th location. So the next bank register begins from location, that is 8, and ends with the 05H value. So the final bank which can be placed among the 18H to 1FH. So this is the final bank position. Then next one is stack. So what is stack? The first part of RAM like stack is mainly used through the processor for the data storage, otherwise addresses momentarily. So in a microprocessor or controller, it is very significant part because there are extremely restricted number of registers for storing the address and data also. So in these controllers, the stack is a 8-bit wide and it can hold data from 00 to FFH. The stack pointer which can be used through the CPU to allow stack. So this microcontroller include an 8-bit stack pointer, that means it can allow values from 00H to FFH. So once it is activated, then the stack pointer includes 07 value. So in this manner stack will be works. Then next one is organization of memory. So the microcontroller has complex memory organization, and it includes the separate address buses that is used for the program memory and external RAM or data memory. So it is totally depends on the Harvard architecture which is developed through the Harvard in the year of 1944. So this is the memory organization of microcontroller. Also there are some addressing modes in microcontroller. By using these addressing modes we can we can give the instructions to our controller. So we will see what are these instructions or what are these addressing modes. First of all, the processor gets data in different methods. Generally the data which is stored within the memory register, and it can be used from the instant value. So these different methods for accessing data, this is known as addressing modes. So different types of microcontrollers include different addressing modes, which is depend on the plan of manufacturer. So the addressing modes of this microcontroller include the addressing modes like register addressing mode, register indirect addressing mode, immediate addressing mode, indexed addressing mode, and direct addressing modes. So these are 5 types of addressing modes we have to study in this chapter. Then next one is what are the features of 8051 microcontroller. First one is 8-bit, it having 8-bit CPU through 2 registers, that is register A and register B. The next feature is 8K bytes of internal ROM, that is read only memory, and it is a flash memory that support while programming the system. Then next one is 256 bytes of internal RAM, 8K bytes of internal ROM or 256 bytes of internal RAM, where the first RAM with 128 bytes from 00H to 7FH, and once more separated into 4 banks through 8 registers in every bank. So addressable registers, that is 16-bit, and general purpose registers, that is 80, that is 80. Then next one is remaining 128 bytes of RAM from 80H to FFH. This include special function registers, and these registers control various peripherals such as serial port, timer, input output ports, like this. Also interrupts here. So interrupts like external 2 and internal 3 interrupts are available in this circuit. Also oscillator is available and clock circuit is there. Then control registers like PCON, SCON, TMOD, TCON, IE and IP. Then timers and counter, that is 16-bit timers and 2 counters like T0 and T1. Again program memory is provided, that is 16-bit, and DPTR, that is data pointer. Then input output pins, that is 32, which is arranged like 4 parts such as P0, P1, P2 and P3. Then stack pointer is also 8-bit and PSW, process status word. Then serial data, that is TX and RX or full duplex operation provided. So these are some features of 8051 microcontroller. Then next we will see what are the applications of 8051 microcontroller. So the microcontroller 8051 applications include the large number of machines, principally because of its simple and to incorporate in a project or to assemble a machine around it. So these are some applications like energy management. So in energy management, the competent measuring device systems aid in calculating energy consumption in domestic and industrialized application. So these meter systems are prepared, which is compared by the integrating controllers. Then next, touch screens. Touch screens is everyone knows or everyone is familiar with the touch screens. So touch screens are available on your phone also, mobile phone. So the high degree of controllers which supplies integrate touch or sensing ability in their designs or transportable devices such as media players, gaming devices and cell phones also. So these are some illustrations of microcontroller with touch sensing screens. The next application is automobile. Also automobile controller 8051 discovered broad recognition in supplying automobile solutions. So these are extensively utilized in hybrid motor vehicles to control the engine variations. Also it works such as cruise power and anti-brake mechanism have created and it more capable with the amalgamation of microcontroller. So these are some automobile applications. The next one is medical devices. What are the medical devices? Like handy medicine gadgets such as glucose and blood pressure monitors bring into play microcontrollers to put on the view on measurements. So offering higher dependability in giving correct medical results. So this is the medical devices. So here we have studied the detailed architecture of 8051 microcontroller. So in next lecture we will study about the pin diagram of 8051 microcontroller. So I hope guys you all understand whatever we have studied. If you have any query you can contact me anytime. So thank you very much. Have a good day.